Hello everyone, welcome back to the session on lists again. This is a hands-on session where we'll execute all those sample programs and see how they are working. Now, continuing with the same concept of list. So, in the theoretical part, we looked into how we can delete the elements from an existing list. Three methods are being used. One is the pop method, the remove, and the delete operator. So, we'll see first how this pop works. So I've taken a list here with elements 132 to 12.35 and zero point 0.6, and your pop function works well only when you're aware of the index. So here I have given the index say as 3. So the index 3 means 0, 1, 2, 3. 12.3 must be deleted. So let us try to print the list before deleting and after deleting. So if I try to print it before and after, so if you can observe the difference, 12.3 has been deleted. And if you're not aware, or if you don't specify any index in the pop function, I told you already the last element will be deleted. So if you look at this comparison, before deleting, zero point 0.6 was present in the list. After using just a pop function, zero point 0.6 will be deleted. And here, if you want to know which element was deleted, even that is possible with pop. Unlike in your delete, that is not possible. So if you want to know the element which was deleted, you can always do that. So here it says that zero point 0.6 is the element which was deleted. So this is about the pop function. So next is the delete operator. Using delete operator, we can delete any element. So again here in the delete also you can specify the index here. So again we'll print the list before deleting and after deleting. So now before and after deleting, so the element with the index 2 is 2 only, or I take it as 45. So the element with the index 2 is 45. So that has been deleted here. And here in delete operator, you cannot know which element was deleted. So if you want to know which element, if you want to retrieve that is, if you want to know the element which was deleted, then you have to use pop, because you cannot do it using the delete operator. So if I do something like this, then it says invalid syntax, which is not possible with the delete operator. So if you want to know which element was deleted, always use the pop function. And next is the remove function. So yeah, before that we'll see the slicing which can be used in the delete operator. So in the delete operator, you can use the slicing of the indices basically here. So if you specify 1 and 4, it means you will be deleting from the index 1 up to 4 minus 1, that is 3. So let us print the list before deleting and after deleting, and let us see the difference here. So before deleting, it is 132 to 12.3506. Now we have deleted from 32 up to 12.3. So in this way, the slicing option can be used in a list also by using the delete operator. And next we'll see the remove function. So how the remove function can be used. So I told you we can use the remove function when we are basically aware of the element. That is, if you know the element which has to be deleted, then you can make use of the remove function. So here I have specified directly that element here. So you can delete it directly before and after deletion. If I print, so 12.3 has been deleted here. So this is also one of the ways of deleting elements from the list. And next, about the functions in the list, that is the max, length, minimum. So this is the way you can use it. So I've taken length, maximum of all the elements, minimum, and the sum. So let me just make it simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. So it must give me 6 as the maximum. It must length is also 6, or if I change it to 7, so the length will be 7. The maximum will be 7, and your minimum is 1, the sum, and then the average, that is sum by the length we have taken. So for any such operations you can make use of these available inbuilt functions on your list. You can make use of it. And now instead of always directly declaring or initializing the elements of the list by using the square bracket, the conventional way, if we want to take the value from the user, how can that be done? So this is a sample program which is doing that. So we have taken a name of a list as num list, and we have initialized it to empty list by using the list function here, and input using the input function we are trying to take the value here, and that value you have converted it into float. Until when you are taking the input still you get a string done. Here you will be considering the input, and whatever input your user is passing here, you are appending it to the num list and then trying to find the average. Append function I've already told you, it is to the list, to the existing list you can keep on adding the values, or you can add the elements. So num list existing in the sense we have created it newly, but we have initialized it to an empty list by using this list function. So it just keeps on appending all the values which we pass. So let me execute and see. So number I'm giving. So number I give 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and once I am done I pass the string done here. So it takes the average of all these numbers and it is printing the average. So this is a way wherein we can consider taking the input from the user. And next is about how we can convert a string to a list and a list to a string. There are options in by which you can convert a string to a list. So there's a string which has these characters program. Now I need to convert this into a list. So it's simple. I use the list function and pass in that string here and initialize it to new. So now new becomes a list here. So if you execute this, you will find that it is now within a square bracket. You're getting a new list which has all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements PROGRAM. So you can always use this way and convert a string to a list. Now the other way, that is how you can convert a list to a string. So before that, we'll just again look at the split function here. Then we'll see how we can convert a list to a string. See this now, there's a string here. If you want to convert a string in this way, you can use a split option here, a function wherein it takes the space, the white space as the default for each element. So how do you differentiate between elements is whenever a white space is taken, the splitting happens across that particular white space. So if you see here, how the string is converted into list is wherever the white space is there, that across that the split happens and the string is converted into a list. But in case every time your string delimiter might not be a space, there might be another delimiter. So in such case, there's an example here wherein the delimiter is not a space, but in turn it is a hyphen here. So in that case, you can specify which is that delimiter, and then you can perform the splitting and convert a string to a list. So here again it is converting it into a list only, but the delimiter was not space here, but it was a hyphen. So in this way also you can basically perform a split operation. So this was how you can convert from a string to a list. Now the other type is how you can convert from a list to a string. So you have a list and how you can convert that list into a string. So here there's a list by the name T which has these finding for the force. So if I have to convert this list into a string, I'll be using this join function wherein you pass the uh, T, that is the list here, and the delimiter. So delimiter means what is that which will be that is differentiating, or the between the words what must be there. So that is your delimiter here. So when I say space, it means finding space for space the space force. Instead of this, if I give, so this is the output. Instead of that space, if I give an hyphen, then it takes the hyphen as the delimiter. Or in case I don't want any delimiter, I want the string to be a continuous set of characters, then the delimiter you can just give two colons and it will be total concatenated string without any delimiter. So this is a way in which you can convert from a list to a string. So you can convert a string to a list or a list to a string. Okay, so this was about the hands-on about all the previous theoretical topics. See you in the next class. Thank you, everyone.